Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading all about the next chapter in your love life. This is a timeless reading, so no matter when you click on this reading, in fact, pretty much every single one of my readings is a timeless reading. But anyway, what that means is that no matter when you click on this video, if you are drawn to it and if you are curious about the next chapter of your love life, that is what we are going to be looking at in today's video. So it'll be relevant whenever you join me here and click on this video. If you are new to these readings, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown about how they work. So over here we have pile number 1. Here's pile number 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you need to, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. And then once you are done choosing your pile, there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can skip right ahead to your personal prediction all about the next chapter of your love life. If you like to choose with crystals on the cards, if you find that that helps you, then we're gonna go ahead and place some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over on group number 1, we have some opalite. Group number 2, we have some aqua aura quartz. Group number 3, we have some amethyst. Group number 4, we have some copper. And then group number 5, we have some fantasy aura quartz. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you need to, in order to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. And then there's gonna be timestamps linked down below so that you can skip right ahead to your personal prediction all about the next chapter in your love life. So I'm very excited to get into today's video. I hope you are too. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, so group number 1, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Okay, so group number 1, we have the 4 of Swords being reversed, the Star Seed being reversed, we have the King of Wands being reversed, then we have Knight of Swords and the Star upright. So the next chapter of your love life, there's been something here when we have the 4 of Swords and the Star Seed reversed, there's been something that maybe you've been holding back on, like maybe you've been holding back on fully opening up in your love life or fully being transparent or authentic or talking about something that you need to. But whenever the 4 of Swords is reversed, this is showing that this next chapter in your love life, you are done just kind of like waiting around and maybe overthinking. You are over that phase basically. And this next chapter, you're going to be much more open. You are ready to be more in control of your mind and not linger on things. I think you're coming through a time where you no longer want to linger on repetitive thoughts or overthinking. Overthinking doesn't get us anywhere. In fact, it makes us dig a deeper hole that we end up being in, right? And so this next chapter is all about you freeing your mind mentally and beginning to feel comfortable with speaking exactly what's on your mind so that you can communicate clearly. And I also see you facing something that maybe you've been putting off for a while. I feel like there's more courage now to move forward, to face old fears, to communicate in more of an open manner. And this, I think, is going to really influence your love life in a really profound, beautiful way. Whenever we have the Star card coming up, this is such a positive card that talks about your own growth, your own self-development, and how you're going to begin to shine. I think that there's also part of you that's ready to begin shining, you know, rather than sort of taking the back seat and maybe letting other people walk all over you, or maybe being a people pleaser, maybe repressing your true wants and needs, maybe repressing feelings or not feeling fully comfortable to open up and, you know, be free. I feel like for your love life, you're moving towards a time of wanting to be free. There's also like negativity that's being let go here. This can talk about a person in your life, or it could even talk about an aspect of yourself. So just take whatever resonates with this part, but there could be a person in your life. most likely a fire sign. So that would be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. That could be their sun, moon, or rising sign, or it could talk about their personality, which would be sort of fiery. And when it's reversed, they can either repress their anger a lot or repress their feelings. And again, this could also be a reflection of you. So either maybe you tend to repress your negative feelings, and when you get angry about things, maybe you allow it to sort of fester within you. Or there may be a person in your life that's this way. Or this could also be getting upset over overthinking. So again, this could be another person in your life, or this could be you that tends to overthink things to the point where we're making assumptions and getting upset over our assumptions and conclusions that we're reaching, even though they may not have full concrete validity yet. It's just like something that's happening in our mind, and maybe we're getting overly worked up in our own mind. This next chapter, you're letting go of all of that. You are coming back to this Knight of Swords and this Star, where you are wanting to shed that old skin, or shed, someone who's not quite like working with you. Or this could be shedding patterns with that person or within yourself. So no longer wanting to repeat certain patterns anymore, wanting to be free, wanting to have a fresh, clean slate. The Star card indicates that you're going to be having this fresh, clean slate where you're going to be growing so much, and you're ready to just speed on ahead and break through. Like, I keep hearing the word breakthrough, having a breakthrough mentally, a very positive breakthrough where we're learning a lot about what it is that we truly want, what it is that we truly need, how we need to move forward in expressing ourselves, being honest. I also see, I really feel like there is someone in your life, whether this be, a current partner of yours or a previous partner or something. It's going to be different for each of you depending on your particular situation, but I'm really seeing some sort of communication coming in, like a very spontaneous communication. Maybe someone from your past is going to reach out to you, or maybe your current partner is going to really begin to open up and just be like, okay, let's talk about all this. Let's have an honest, open conversation. Let's I'm hearing the expression, put the nail in the coffin. Like, let's close out an old chapter. Let's talk about it so that it can end and we no longer need to repeat old patterns, old cycles, old things. And there's just this whole refresh. You're like a snake shedding its skin in this next chapter and allowing for new growth, a new foundation, a new you to emerge. And I really think that you're going to approach your love life differently, and it's going to be one that offers a lot more clarity. And there's not going to be this overthinking pattern. There's not going to be this fog that keeps us confused. There's not going to be repression anymore. I feel like there's this move towards being honest, being open, being authentic, and addressing things when they come up rather than waiting until it grows and grows and grows within us until we can't hold it in anymore. I really feel like there's going to be a more healthy approach in your love life. So let's go ahead and see our next few cards. So we also have Underworld. So a lot of you has been developing very deeply lately. With this Underworld card, this indicates that there was certain things where you may have felt under pressure within your love life. However, this is solidifying you into knowing exactly what you want, exactly what you're no longer going to do, what you're no longer going to stand for. This has been really solidifying you. You've been getting to know yourself so deeply during this time, and you've been getting to know, all the behaviors that you don't like, that you don't approve, all of the behaviors that you no longer want to exude and be. And you're really learning how to solidify what you want, what your true values are in your love life. I also think that you've been learning a lot about boundaries, how to say no, how to approach things in a very solid way rather than kind of being airy-fairy with things. I think you've just been learning so much. And the pressures that you felt in your love life before, you're no longer going to feel those pressures because now you're solidifying into a gem. All of those things that have once happened to you are, and all those pressures have been really molding you into someone who's so aware, so self-aware. You've learned so many things so that those things are never going to be pressures on you again, because they've already built you and solidified you. It was like character building almost. It was like character building, figuring out exactly what you want, what you're willing to put up with versus what you're not, and what you expect in a relationship, and the type of boundaries that you want to create. There's also like a hair on this crystal or dust or whatever. Going to take that off. And we also have the shadow card. So some of you have also been doing what I like to call shadow work. And this is a term coined by Carl Jung. He sort of talks about how shadow work is parts of ourselves that may have been unconscious, like unconscious triggers or unconscious actions that we would take, unconscious reactions that we would have in our love life. I think that you're bringing all those things into your awareness. You're becoming aware of some of those subconscious fears or subconscious habits. And you're becoming more aware so that you're able to take action from a more aware place. And I really think you're just going to get brand new outcomes in your love life. You're also so ready to come out of your shell to illuminate the ways that you truly feel in your love life. I feel like you're so ready to illuminate your truth, your authenticity, and no longer hide. Like, you may have even been hiding out of a fear of being rejected. You may have been hiding your true thoughts and feelings out of some sort of fear. And I really feel like you're spreading your wings. And in this next chapter, you're like, you know what? I'm not letting these fears hold me back anymore, because either I can stay in the cave or I can spread my wings and explore the potentials that are out there. And I see that that's what you're going to be doing in this next chapter, is sort of exploring the potentials of what is out there. We also have the Get Creative card. So you're spreading your wings again. Things are blossoming in your love life. This next chapter, I really see you approaching things in a brand new way, and opening up to new ideas and new ways of pursuing and creating your love life. So that's going to be really exciting. I also see this card is so deeply reminding me of a stork. I think that there's a gift or a surprise coming your way in your love life. And I feel like it's going to be happening over the next 3 months. Some sort of gift or some sort of surprise. This could be from another person. This could even be you treating yourself and just like a surprise new sort of opening for you. But I'm kind of seeing maybe a gift or something happening in your love life that kind of just sets you free on an even deeper level. So the next couple cards that we have here, we have the Trust card, and that one was reversed at first. The Trust card. Where is it that maybe we've been lacking some trust in the past, right? I feel like you've been becoming aware of this. And I feel like this next chapter is you taking old trust issues or old fears, and you're going to begin to have faith in your love life. You also, I think, are valuing trust and honesty as a higher value in this next chapter. And I really think it's going to allow you to find who it is that you can trust, finding people, connecting to people that you can trust, and coming to a new chapter where it's built upon trust, built upon true authenticity. And then psychic protection. I also feel like you're learning how to say no. You're learning how to put up better boundaries in your love life in this next chapter, especially when it comes to unwanted energy, things that maybe people force upon you, ideas or actions or, thoughts that people sort of just push on you. I feel like you're so ready to stand up for yourself and say no, and not give your energy away to things that you genuinely do not want to give your energy away to. I just see you putting up proper boundaries. And I want to be clear that boundaries are healthy, right? But putting up walls are not healthy. Walls are not healthy. Boundaries are healthy. So I hope you can see the difference in that. Like, for example, putting up a wall would be like putting your heart into a cage and being like, oh no, I can't express love. I can't express this. Like, that's putting up a wall, basically. Putting up a boundary is saying, hey, I don't allow anyone to treat me, in a certain way. I only allow people to treat me with respect. And if you don't, I'm putting up a boundary and I'm saying no to you. And you can no longer cross that boundary. You can no longer come into my life if you do not respect the boundaries that I have. You know, that's a healthy boundary. But a wall would be, you know, something much more intense, such as, I don't trust anyone, I don't trust this, I don't trust that. Boundaries are more, you know, things that you can enforce, but they still give you your freedom, if that makes sense. You're not taking away from your freedom and your ability to manifest greatness moving forward. So that's the difference. Anyway, the next two cards that we have for your love life. Ooh, we have religious factors and very soon. There could be certain things like belief systems that you have in your love life where those are going to be changing for you. There's belief systems that are changing. These could be belief systems about things that you were taught growing up about love. So maybe what your parents expected for you for your love life, or maybe your parents had certain rules with love that just don't really make sense for you. And maybe you're at a point of making your own values, making your own unique desires for your love life and how you're going to approach your love life. I'm also seeing something happening pretty quickly in your love life. I am seeing something happening. If you're single right now, I see that there's going to be somebody coming along in your love life within these next 6 months. Somebody that really cherishes you on a deep level. And this is happening because I feel like you're opening up in ways, like you're taking down old walls. You're really starting to open up your heart. You are coming through with more authenticity, more openness. And I see you feeling safe around your next relationship if you're single. If you're already in a relationship, and let's say that that's going well and this is all just stuff that we're, you know, working on through the relationship, what I'm seeing is that there's going to be a lot of acceptance and a lot of personal growth with that person. A lot of positivity, a lot of uplifting energy with that person. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our next two cards. Ooh, we have Void of Course Moon, and nothing will come of this situation. And then the full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. So let's start off with this Void of Course Moon right here. This one says that some of our previous intentions, some of your previous intentions when it came to where you thought things were going, different fears that you've had that you're so worried, like, what if that happens? Or what if this happens? This is a card that lets you know that just because you're thinking negative for a little bit, or just because you've had negative thoughts or negative worries, it doesn't mean that that's what's manifesting into your life. Sometimes we can have like negative thoughts, negative worries, and it can make us feel like we're attracting those circumstances towards us. This is a card that lets you know that you can still change your course. Nothing is going to come of that situation. Nothing is going to come of those fears. And then you kind of learn that you're always safe. So, for example, sometimes this is a really common fear. A lot of us fear rejection, right? But what's the worst that can happen with rejection? If we go tell somebody our feelings, and let's say that they don't feel the same way, they're not on the same page, and they reject us, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing will come of that situation. It's just like, okay, let's alter course. Let's go find somebody who does feel the same about us, you know? Like, it's not like it's going to be the end of the world to have something, you know, to be rejected, or to be, you know, to face our fears, you know? Facing our fears is sometimes such a liberating experience. And when you ask people, you know, who are really old and they've been through all the things in life so far, and you say like, hey, like, what's some advice for my situation? Like, should I express my feelings or should I not? And it's like, well, of course you should, because you don't know what you're going to miss out on if you don't. And even if you do get rejected, at least now you know, and now you can let go of that situation so you can move on to something new. You know what I mean? So that's just an example I'm throwing out there, because sometimes we allow our fears to be this really big thing that ends up standing in the way and ends up really stopping us. But we don't really realize that, you know, like, even if we get rejected, or even if the outcome isn't ideal, it's not the end of the world. it in fact sets us free because it allows us to focus on what will work and to go out and find what will work, right? So that's just a little example on the topic of fears and finding comfort through that. So then we also have the full moon in Leo. Don't let your pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way. I think that you're learning how to be vulnerable in this next chapter, like being really open, being really vulnerable, and not letting the ego kind of stop us out of fear of like things going wrong or things not having the outcome that we desired. Like sometimes we need to be super brave and courageous in order to find what the situation is, in order to discover what the situation is. So that way we know whether we move on or whether we stay and all of that. So that is basically what we have here today. Let's go ahead and also take, our Astro dice here. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs in your life over the next, I don't know, how many months should we do? Let's do over the next year. Like, let's see the common zodiac signs in your love life over the next year. So we're going to roll this 3 times to get those possible zodiac signs. And this could be a reflection of somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's go ahead and see. Group 1, what do we have for you? We have Leo. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising. What was I saying earlier about fire sign energy? We also have Pisces, sun, moon, and rising energy. And we have Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising energy here. Now let's go ahead and roll all of these dice together to get any last information on this reading for you. Also, we have double 4s. I just want to say that I just noticed this. We have the 3 and 1, which equals a 4. And then we have the 40, which 4 and 0 equals a 4. So we have double 4s numerologically. You are building a brand new foundation in your love life, one that feels safe and secure and trustworthy. That's going to be your biggest thing in this next chapter, is feeling safe. And we also, our first card was a 4. So this is a big chapter for you of learning how to be safe, learning how to be comfortable, learning how to have confidence, to speak up, have a foundation of safety and security in your love life so that you have this freedom to explore that more. And then in the Astro dice here, to end us off, we have the moon in Libra in the first house. This is hugely about your emotions versus other people's emotions, and how to learn how to also respect your emotions. Being fair with the way that you feel, rather than always just respecting the way that somebody else feels, and then hurting our own emotions in order to accommodate somebody else. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be a fairness, right? And we should also honor our own emotions. So I really feel like this next chapter is also about you honoring your emotions. And this can also indicate a new chapter with how you express your emotions, a new way of relating to your emotions, of connecting to your emotions and interpreting your emotions. I feel like it's becoming much more balanced, and your emotions are not going to be all over the place. I just see you finding more balance with them, how to communicate them in a balanced way. And it's going to help set you free. It's going to help bring more balance to your love life, with a much sturdier foundation that's safe and secure and all of that. So that is what we have here, my group number 1s for the next chapter in your love life. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I love doing these readings for you, and I am sending you so much love, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Okay, so my group number 2s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be a reading all about the next chapter in your love life. So let's go ahead and find out what is in store for you. Okay, group number 2, we have the Empress, the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Wands being reversed, the 7 of Crystals being reversed, and then the 10 of Cups upright. These are all really positive cards, by the way. So first off, I just have to say that the next chapter of your love life is going to be really exciting. There's also a plane going by right now, and it's so loud. Usually I take these things as signs, especially this is happening right in the beginning of your reading. So something is taking off in your love life. We have a plane going by. We just started your reading. There is a new beginning that is just about to take off in your love life. The Empress, the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands. And I have to say something real quick, okay? So the Hierophant with the Ten of Cups and the Empress, this talks about a new beginning. And these cards, when they all show up in a reading together, can definitely indicate a higher level of commitment, possibly even getting married, because the Hierophant is kind of like the church. He can be, you know, the, what are they called? The officiant of a wedding. There's a name. But anyway, this can indicate marriage. This can indicate a higher level of commitment of some kind. So if you're just currently dating somebody and maybe it's casual, this could be taking it to the next level. This could be getting engaged. This could be getting married. This could be moving in with somebody, but there's some sort of higher level of commitment here. This can also indicate a birth of a child. So some of you, that could also be relevant here as well. Maybe you're already married, you're already with your person, but this would indicate some sort of new chapter. Something is taking off to the next level in your love life. And for those of you who chose this group, I'm really feeling like this next chapter is happening within the next year. Collectively, for any of you who chose this group, this new up-leveling is definitely happening within the next year. For some of you, this could be happening within the next couple months. For some of you, this could be happening 9 months from now. It kind of really depends. Again, it's a general reading, so I'm giving a broad spectrum of time frames here. But I can say for all of you watching this next level in your love life is definitely happening within the next year. And this is going to be really fun. I feel a really good energy from this. However, I do feel like it's going to come at a bit of a surprise. There's some sort of surprise energy involved in this, especially since the Nine of Wands is reversed here. It can kind of be like there could be some unexpected things. Like maybe the proposal is going to be by surprise, you know, and usually they are, so it kind of makes sense. But the Nine of Wands being reversed, yeah, indicates more of a surprise kind of energy. And then the Seven of Crystals being reversed as well can also indicate a surprise, but maybe something that, you know, it's been on our mind before, but it's still some sort of surprise. I see that your love life is going to be taking a new direction, and it's a more solidified direction, because the Seven of Crystals, when it's upright, indicates that we have so many options in front of us. Our life could go in so many different directions. However, I just see like you are choosing a direction. A direction is taking place in your love life where it's solidifying. There's more concrete value. We're not going in all these different directions anymore. It's like, no, we're going in a single direction. And the Ten of Cups is one of the best cards in all of tarot. It indicates such a positive, celebratory energy. I do think that since we have this card coming up, you've been through some stuff in the past in your love life. You've been through some highs and lows in your love life before. However, you've grown so much from those things, and all of that rain and those clouds that you've once experienced in your love life, all of those clouds and all of that rain and all those storms that you've been through have actually been watering you. They've been giving you the nutrients that you need to grow into who you are today. And I see that you're going to be so thankful for all the twists and turns that you've had in your love life, all those different changes and unexpected things that have happened, because they have brought you right here. I really think that something super exciting is happening within the next year in your love life, something that you've just been waiting for, you know, and it's going to be such a big chapter, such a memorable chapter in your love life. And I just see you being so thankful for every single twist and turn that you've had in your life, every single high and low, because it brought you to this exact place, to this exact moment. I see that your love life is going to even become more nurturing. There's something that's brewing here. There's more talks and thoughts about what's going to be happening in the future. What do we want to create in the future? You know, what are we going to be creating in this next chapter? I really feel like there's going to be conversations around that. And even if you're watching this and you're single right now, you're going to be meeting somebody. So even if you're watching this being like, who am I talking to about my future? That doesn't make any sense. I would see this, like if you're single right now, I would see this as you opening up, being ready, and something new just popping into your life, like a person popping into your life, and all of a sudden you're in a serious relationship type of thing. But there's something here where there's a lot of positivity and a lot of growth, and you are coming to a new chapter in your love life, and it's one that's very up level. There's more commitment, there's more togetherness. It's a new chapter that's very fruitful. It's very fruitful and very exciting. The Queen of Wands indicates that there could be some spontaneity included in this next chapter. There's a spontaneous, fun, fiery energy. We also feel accepted for who we really are. The Queen of Wands can indicate feeling very accepted. Feeling like we're understood and we're okay with showing who we really authentically are. You know, in the past, maybe we've hid ourselves before. Maybe we've wanted to hide some of our flaws in order to make things work better. Maybe we've wanted to, change ourselves for somebody else. I just see you stepping into this chapter where you're like, hey, I am so authentically me. It feels so good. I'm so accepted for it. I feel so understood. I feel like I can be me. And it's just such a freeing feeling. There's a feeling of freedom within this reading, and I just see you opening up more. I see you letting down some of your guard even more in this next chapter of your love life, because I feel like you're gonna feel like things are becoming more committed, more solid. And because of that feeling, you're letting down even more walls. More walls are coming down for you. And I just feel like it's gonna be a moment where something's gonna catch you off guard, but in a positive way. Something's gonna catch you off guard, but in a positive way. I see you pursuing a higher level of commitment in your love life. I just see that you're ready for it. I see that you're ready for that. You have your values straight. You know what you want in this next chapter. And you're allowing yourself to be free, to be real, to be open. You're just so ready for it. That's all I can say is like, you're so ready for this. Doesn't this card also look like somebody's proposing to you or like offering something? This could also be you putting your hand out in an offering of some kind, or someone doing that for you, just being like, hey, here's my heart, or like, here's my commitment. Here's my promise to you. You know, like I really see that. I see like, you have someone in your life, or at least you're going to have someone in your life if you don't already, that is just right there, ready to give you their heart. And I just feel like you are on that same boat where you're ready to open up and give yours as well. So much positivity in this reading, I can't even begin to describe. I cannot even begin to describe. Okay, let's go on to the next few cards here. So we have Dare to Dream. Some of sorry, I just smacked my camera. Some of the things that you've been really wanting to manifest in your life, like you've been really wanting to grab hold of something and have something become tangible in your life, the manifestation of that is coming. Also, look at this diamond with this hand, this claw. And diamonds are set in like, it's called a claw that they're like set in a ring. I don't know. I'm just really feeling like there's some sort of either engagement or marriage. Something like that. Dare to dream. Something you've been dreaming about for a long time. It's like manifesting into your life. And I keep seeing these symbolisms of like commitments, marriage, engagements, all of that. So the tarot hath spoken. The next few cards that we have Share Wisdom. Look at this. This talks about a union. A beautiful, beautiful union. I'm seeing marriage in this card. I'm seeing marriage there, guys. This could also be a stork and talking about childbirth. That's just randomly coming to my head here too. So just throwing that out there, if that's something that is relevant for you, if it's relevant. Again, it's a general reading. So some of these messages, you know, some of you, this will be engagement, some marriage, some possibly a child or something. But yeah, share wisdom here. There's an extension of you, a union that's happening. We also have love. The love card. So the fact that you even have the love card in your group, need I say more? Your heart is going to be on fire. There is such an exciting chapter coming for you. And again, we have this giving of the heart. These hands with, this is like the giving of the heart. Someone is going to be expressing their love to you in a much deeper way. It's setting your heart on fire. And this could also be you opening up and sharing your heart, right? And vice versa. I just see it going both ways. I see you and someone else just fully opening up and being like, here's my heart. You have it. You've won me over. This is it. You have my heart. And I see someone really taking care of that. They find it so precious. They feel so honored to be able to care for your heart. And vice versa. Like, there's such an honor here. I just feel like you're breaking down so many old walls that you've had, and I just feel like this next level of commitment allows you to open up even more, allows you to be even more vulnerable and deep with this person. There's a safeness here. There's a safeness. Okay, the next couple cards that we have divine guidance coming through. Whispers from beings who shine. Let their messages be clear and kind. Ooh. It almost feels like there's some serendipitous sort of energy around your next chapter of your love life. It's almost like maybe you're connecting to God or thanking God for something. Being like, wow, thank you, universe. Thank you, universe, for guiding me in this direction. Some of you may even still be trying to manifest this right now. And you're hearing it being like, is that going to happen? That sounds too good to be true. You're being divinely guided to what you've been asking for. And some of you have been asking for a really beautiful outcome, or to get married, or to be with your soulmate. I just really see you that you're being guided there. So listen to those intuitive feelings and connect with that energy that you're trying to manifest, because I just see it happening. I see it coming. I see that you're already creating this, and you're on that path, and you're just being divinely guided in that direction. I really feel like this is like part of your destiny, because I feel like we all have a mix of destiny and free will. We all have a mix of that. And this is part of your destiny, is to like be guided to your person. Oh my gosh, and look at this next card that we have. We have the romance card coming up for you. I really feel like this next chapter is going to be filled with such deep love, such deep commitment, like romance coming up. I see this next chapter of your life feeling ultimately romantic, ultimately exciting. It's going to set your heart on fire. I feel like there's just such big things that you've been manifesting in your love life, and they're absolutely coming into your life. They're here. I'm seeing a lot of balance in your chakras, by the way, all the way down from your root chakra, all the way up to your crown chakra. I feel like you're just being lit up, and there's more of a flow of energy there, and things are just lighting up. Let's see, what else do we get? We have, stay optimistic about your love life. Stay optimistic. So even if you've had highs and lows, even if you've maybe lost trust in your love life in some way, or if you've been waiting around a long time for something to happen, this is a card of like, stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. We also have past life relationship here. I feel like the person that you are going to be with, or that you are already with, is somebody who you're going to feel very comfortable with when you meet them. And you feel safe to kind of like fall into their arms, because it almost feels like you've known this person before. I feel like your relationship with this person, like even after a year of knowing them, it's going to feel like you've known them for 10 years. I also feel like you're going to be doing so much with this person that you have so many experiences to where it feels like you've known them forever. And I mean, this card, just to point out the obvious, kind of indicates that this has been a past life relationship. Like you've known this person in a previous lifetime. So let's go ahead and get into our next few cards here. We have a time for healing, balsamic moon. So this is right when you're on the precipice of a new beginning. So you're closing out an old chapter right now. You are healing from the past. Whatever your past has been, you know, and we're constantly in a state of healing. Life is about healing, right? Healing and going to the next chapter and all of that. I really think that you're closing out old cycles in your love life. Old cycles that used to go on in your mind, old emotional cycles. And it's like, this new chapter is so different from any other chapter that you've had, and it's just going to be so healing. And it's going to allow you to close out old fears. It's going to allow you to close out old patterns, old habits, because you're really genuinely healing that. And I feel like you're just going to feel a lot more safe and accepted and really great in this next chapter. We also have the new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. I really see you being very confident about this relationship, about this next chapter. I see you being very confident about it. And I see you letting go of doubt, letting go of fear. And if there has been fears about like, oh, but what if it doesn't work out? What if this is too good to be true? What if there ends up becoming an ending? What if this just like slips out of my fingertips because this is too good to be true? There could be questions like that. However, I see you getting over that so easily. I see you there's such a difference between this chapter of your love life versus any other chapter that you've ever had. And I think that that's going to be what brings you so much confidence in this next chapter, because it's so different. You're able to shine here. You're able to feel safe. You're able to see that these actions line up with, you know, with the words that are being said. So it's just a very positive energy that we have. Very positive energy. So with that being said, we are going to move into our Astro Dice. So let's go ahead and take our Astro Dice. We're going to be rolling the zodiac sign dice to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life over the next year. This could be a reflection of somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's go ahead and see what we get for you here. So group 2, we have Gemini. So Gemini, sun, moon, and rising is one of our first zodiac signs. Let's get 2 more here. We also have Aries. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Aries again. So double Aries. New chapter coming out for you. Aries, sun, moon, and rising is coming out. And then Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. So Gemini, and then Aries and Cancer are the top 3 zodiac signs that will be in your life over the next year. And this could again be a reflection of somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign. So, or even a reflection of your own. So those are our zodiac signs there. Now let's go ahead and roll these Astro Dice one more time all together to get any last information on this reading. So let's go ahead and see. We have the South Node, in Virgo in the first house. So the South Node in Virgo in the first house. The South Node deals with our previous chapter. Virgo is healing. Deep healing of that previous chapter. In the first house, this is your own personal healing. You are healing so much from the past and something that you've really wanted, or something that maybe you were stuck on in the past even. Things that maybe kept you still bound to the past. Things that kept repeating that you're like, that's from the past, I need to let it go. I really see you healing that in this next chapter. I also see you being able to root yourself and create a better foundation in this new chapter, a foundation that you're able to trust. I also see you pulling upon wisdom of your past so that you can heal and create a brand new chapter in this next time. And I see you breaking out of that so that you do not repeat old patterns or old things. I think this is just going to be so different from anything you've experienced in your past, and it's going to allow you to heal that because of the fact that it's so different. So that is what we have here, my beautiful group number 2s. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this reading. I am sending you so much love. It looks like you have a very exciting new chapter on the horizon. So I will see you next time, and thank you so much for joining me here. Bye. All right, so my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about the next chapter in your love life. So let's find out what is in store for you. Wow. Can I just say, group 3, this is a massive transformation that you are going through in your love life. Oh, and I didn't even, oh my gosh. Right as I said transformation, I look at this card and I'm like, that card literally says transformation. So that's sort of interesting. What number is on this card? This is 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's technically the death card in regular tarot, which is a transformation card. It's a very positive card. So let's talk about all that's in store for you for the next chapter of your love life. So we have oppression being reversed, which is such a great card to start us off. We have strength being reversed, but this is just a play on this one. We're going to get into all of that energy. So we have the 6 of crystals being reversed, the moon being reversed, transformation upright, and then the 3 of wands upright. There is something where in this next chapter, you are going to be pulling upon so much strength, creating so much strength within yourself. I feel like some of you have been really needing like either external validation from other people, feeling not good enough or feeling unworthy, or even feeling like you need to hide certain aspects of yourself because you fear like they may not be accepted. You may be rejected if you be fully yourself, or maybe you've been really used to just, changing yourself for someone else in order to please someone else, in order to be who you think you need to be in order to please somebody. And I just see you really pulling away from that. I just see this next chapter, you really are just done being that way. I think that you are ready to be seen for who you are. I also think that you're changing in a lot of ways. You're changing in a lot of ways. And I think that there's been some things here where maybe there's something with your confidence that isn't very strong when you're in relationships. However, that's changing for you, okay? So if you felt like maybe you tend to overthink in relationships, or maybe you feel like you lose yourself in relationships, like maybe you kind of lose a little bit of your own identity when you're with somebody else, because maybe you, sometimes we can get caught up in other people's patterns, the way that other people are. So there's something here that you are deeply branching off from, and you are shifting and coming into your own energy in a very positive way, in a very strong way. I think you're starting to see all of the things in your life where maybe your love life tended to be a little bit difficult because of these patterns. Like it's caused us to overthink, or it's caused us to lose ourselves. And you're just so done with that chapter. And the 6 of crystals being reversed. When this card shows up reversed, this can indicate that in our past, we've given so much in order to just receive so little. And I think that you're seeing how unfair that is, and how not right that is. We also have the moon being reversed. You are coming to a place, this is so positive. You're coming to a place where you no longer fear the unknown. You no longer fear being on your own. There's no fears here when it comes to being yourself. This next chapter, the real you is coming out. In fact, you've always been the real you, but I just think that you're changing so much to the point where you're like, I no longer want to be a people pleaser. I don't want to repress myself in relationships. I don't want to be with somebody where I feel like I can't be myself. Maybe you've had relationships in the past that have tended to push you down or make you not feel great for being you, or tried to control you in certain ways or whatever. You're so done that chapter. And I see that the ways in which you're changing, you are never going to have to repeat any of these old things ever again. You're done that. You're done that karma. You're done that learning. You're done that cycle. And you're transforming into such a powerful, strong version of you where you could manifest anything in your life, and you are ready to, do things for you. Oh, this next chapter, I see you expanding into yourself on such a deep level where you're gonna give yourself freedom. This cycle. Can I just say, group 3, like the repression that you felt in the past, like has almost pushed you back, almost like a slingshot. Like Spirit's showing me a slingshot right now where you're pulling it back so far. You've been maybe repressed or controlled so far to the point where you've been pushed back so much and you are just about to take off like a slingshot. Like I see you making leaps forward. I also see you traveling. I see a bit of a freedom kind of journey coming through where you might be ready to be alone or ready to be solo. Even if you're still in a serious relationship, and let's say that that relationship's still going well and you still want to be in that, I see you just entering a chapter where you're focused on you and you're no longer scared to be yourself. You're no longer going to let the circumstances around you stop you from doing what you really want, for example. However, for most of you that chose this group, I am seeing that most of you are single. Most of you. However, I think a smaller percentage of you are in a relationship, and I just see you honoring your own freedom more in this next chapter. However, for those of you that are single, I'm seeing this chapter opening up where your freedom is like your most essential thing, and you're so ready to explore, and you're going to be so ready to be on your own and be comfortable being on your own, because this confidence is coming up where I feel like you're just going to enjoy spending time with you. You're going to enjoy your freedom and being able to do whatever you want, explore whatever you want, and this more mature, more confident, strong version of you is emerging. And I do see you traveling. I see you expanding yourself in a way that possibly includes travel or some sort of exploration. You're going to be exploring yourself more. But I am seeing travel. I just keep seeing travel. And I think really good things are going to come about in your love life through travel. I see you expanding yourself, growing yourself. I see you also working on yourself in ways where you're going to be really excited about what you're doing. You're going to be really excited about what you're doing. I see you possibly even learning new things, taking classes, or learning something new where you're going to be expanding yourself, maybe even expanding yourself into new ideas. Like maybe people are going to be like, read this book, and you'll be like, okay, let me learn about that tradition, that culture, that religion, this thing, this subject, that thing. I just think you're going to be on this self journey of such expansion and such freedom. And it's going to be really beautiful. But I do see travel. I don't know. Some of you might not be travelers, or some of you might be somebody who really wants to travel, but I am seeing travel. I'm really seeing this explorative energy where you're ready to travel, and I see you meeting people, friends, having relationships that are so supportive, and they're going to be relationships that are so different from what you've experienced in the past, people that are so different. It's going to be very transformative for you in a very beautiful way, okay? The next card that we have here, we have the Ask Body card. This one is about following your intuition. I feel like your intuition speaks to you very powerfully, like your gut instincts on certain things. You know things very deeply. I feel like you actually have a very deep intuitive psychic sense. You may also be an empath, which might be why you tend to lose yourself in relationships in the past and kind of lose your own unique identity, because a lot of the times when people are empaths and they feel somebody else's energy so deeply, you can end up picking up on that energy to the point where you're expressing that energy even though it might not be yours. So I think that you're learning now how to kind of be more independent, be on your own, and detach from taking on other people's energies, and you're figuring out your own identity, finding out your unique energy. I see you spending a little bit more time on your own, but this is just because you're craving freedom. And ask body. I think that your body's going to be speaking to you so much to make big changes right now in your love life. I think that your gut instincts are telling you to like take charge, and to really speak your mind, and to say no to certain things, and to roar and say yes to what you really want. Your body I think is going to be shedding old things from the past, old attachments that you've had in your past. We also have Sage. So yeah, you're going to be clearing out the negative things. You're clearing your energy. You're going through a big energy clearing. So that could also be why you're craving more independence and more freedom on a personal level, because I just see you're going to be shedding a lot of old energy. You're working on your self-worth, because whenever we have teeth come up, teeth symbolize your self-image and your self-worth, how you feel about yourself, your confidence. And when we have Sage here, it's like you're clearing all those old negative thoughts about yourself, and you're really discovering who you are. You're solidifying who you are, and increasing your self-worth on a deep level. Some of you, your smile is getting brighter. Your smile is enhancing. I feel like you're embracing your smile more. For those of you that chose this group, I'm feeling like you're embracing your smile more, and I see you in this next chapter of your love life. You are genuinely smiling more. You are happier. You are feeling more love. You're feeling more expressive, more in your own element. We also have the Alchemist. Ooh, this is when we take things that maybe weren't so great in the past, but we alchemize them so that they are positive, so that we can bring something positive to the table through everything that we've been through before. I see you alchemizing your life, taking things that maybe you didn't like very much and changing them to something that you do like. You could even be, I know this is like super irrelevant in terms of talking about your love life, but for some of you, I see you alchemizing your job or shifting it in some way. Some of you might start working remotely, or having some sort of shift here where your life is alchemizing. The things that you once didn't like about your life, or that you thought were mundane or boring or didn't match who you are, I see that those things will be shifting and changing over the next year. And let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. We also have friendship coming through. I was feeling friendship really big from this Three of Wands. I think that you're going to be meeting new people that you really highly resonate with. People that you're like, wow, individuals like this exist. Friendships like this exist. Relationships like this exist. For those of you that are single, I feel like there's going to be a new person that you end up meeting, maybe through your travels or maybe through other friends, but I feel like it's going to start off as a friendship and then develop into something deeper, and all of a sudden it's going to turn into a romance. That's just something I keep seeing. So that'll be a message for those of you that are single. That is something that I kind of see happening here. We also have peace. I think that you're entering a time where you're feeling so much more calm, so much more at ease, at peace in your life. These friendships and these new relationships that you're going to be getting over this next year offer and bring so much peace. You feel at peace to be yourself around these people. These people are peaceful people. All good things. Let's go ahead and get into the next few cards. We also have Make the Effort. I see something really happening for you. Those of you that are single, I see somebody coming into your life over the next year, maybe year and a half max for some of you. I think some of you are just on such a solo journey that maybe you're not going to want to be in a relationship for a bit. However, I do see someone naturally coming in, and this, I think for many of you, is going to be your person, like your person. I think the next relationship that you get into, for those of you that are single, is going to be your person. It's going to feel so good. For those of you that are already in a relationship and, maybe you're just taking a bit more time for you and finding out how to be yourself within this relationship, I see that your partner is going to come back stronger than ever and really see you shine, and they're going to love that about you. They're going to love that you are taking your individuality back, and they're going to find it very attractive. For those of you that are single, I think that someone's going to find you just so attractive. Like, your energy and who you are is just really going to pull someone in. We also have Calling in Your Soul. Okay. How well does this fit into your reading? We were just talking about that, how I felt like someone's going to be coming in, and I feel like you're calling in your soulmate. I feel like you're calling in your person. I feel like the next person that you're going to be with is your person, for those of you that are single. For those of you that are in a relationship already, I see that just continuing and whatnot. But yeah, for those of you that are single, you're calling in your person. We have engagement too. Like I just see that this next relationship is going to be it. It's going to be it. It's going to be the relationship that's like, yes, this makes sense. And for those of you that are single and you're like, no, I don't want my freedom to be taken away. I don't want to be like, some of you might go through a time of really not wanting a relationship. You might, for some of you. However, I just have to be clear that the person that you're going to be with, that you're going to be like, holy crap, that's my person. It's so different than anything you've ever experienced. And it's just going to make sense. You're going to be so ready for it. You're going to be so ready for this. So, and I do see this person coming into your life within the next year and a half for those of you that are single. They could also come in sooner. It just depends how ready you end up being and at what point. So it'll come in divine timing. It'll come in perfect timing for you. We also have Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. Ooh. I just see you taking your independence, your freedom, your confidence back to the point where you're not afraid to make the first move. You're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to say no. You're not afraid to say yes to yourself. And I feel like you're going to be bold and make the first move. I'm seeing this being for your own individuality. I see you making the first move to just be like, yep, I'm taking my life into my own hands. I'm not waiting around for anyone else. I'm not waiting around for permission from somebody else to tell me what I can or can't do. I feel like you're just so done with that. You don't want to wait for permission. You don't want to wait till somebody says, oh yeah, okay, you can do that. You're just so ready to just be you, be independent, make your own decisions. And I just see you doing that. I see you taking life into your own hands, and you're not afraid to be alone. You're not afraid to make your own decisions, and your confidence, your individuality is growing so much. And again, I feel like it's going to be one of the most attractive qualities about you moving forward. And then we also have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Ooh. I see you just being able to speak your mind so much more. Sorry, my camera is getting super dark here, so just brightening it up here. Your mind is going to be so much more free. I feel like this also is talking about the friends that are coming into your life, like the people, they're just going to feel like your twin. Like the friendships that you're going to be making, it's just like, oh my God, you're like exactly who I've needed in my life. You're such a beautiful reflection, beautiful combination for me. And including like the person that's going to be coming into your life, the person that I see that you're going to get engaged to, be with, be committed to. I just see this person just fitting in they fit like a glove with you. You know, they mold perfectly to you. It just fits, you know, it fits. Ooh, I'm hearing like Cinderella, the shoe fitting, and I'm also hearing a ring fitting. Like it just fits. It's the right size, it's the right pace, it's the right match, you know? So that is what we have right there. Now, let's go ahead and get into our astro dice to end this reading off. The first thing that we're going to do is take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll this 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life over the next year. So this could be a reflection of someone's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's see who's going to be most commonly in your life. This could be a new person too, or somebody you already know. We have Sagittarius, so Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. We have Cancer, Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. And we have Pisces, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. So those are our top 3 zodiac signs. Again, that could be a reflection of yours or someone else's. And now we're going to take all of these dice together to get any last info on your readings. So let's go ahead and see what we get. We have Mercury. Ooh, Mercury in Cancer in the 9th house. Mercury in Cancer in the 9th house. What did I say about expansion, travel? Mercury in the 9th house. Whenever Mercury is in the 9th, we are expanding our mind. We are expanding our philosophy. And this could also talk about travel. We are planning travel. We will be traveling. Being in the zodiac sign of Cancer, this is also going to be very healing for your emotions. I think that you're going to be expanding your emotions in a way where you're able to express yourself on a deeper level. You're able to accept yourself throughout all of who you are. This could also talk about enhancing the way that you view yourself, like seeing yourself as beautiful, seeing all the amazing qualities that you have, and also getting ready for commitment, but an expansive commitment. I feel like the commitment that you're going to get is expansive. This could also talk about meeting somebody abroad. So meeting somebody who either is from a different culture, different background, different ethnicity, or could also be different religious beliefs, or just meeting somebody possibly long distance, somebody who lives somewhere else could also indicate that. They either live somewhere else or they're just a different ethnicity from you. But I feel like that's who you're kind of meant to be with. Somebody who maybe is from another country. Maybe they live where you live now, but I just feel like they're from somewhere else. So that is what we're seeing there. I also just see you exploring on your own and possibly traveling or something like that within these next couple years. I just see so much expansive travel for you. So that is what we have here, my group number 3s. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this video. I am sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. Okay, so my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what is coming next in your love life. So let's go ahead and find out what's in store for you. Okay, group number 4. We have some really good cards here, so I'm really excited to get into this and sort of begin to decipher it and break it down and read it. But we have the 10 of Crystals being reversed as our first card, but then we have the Ace of Cups, the Magician, the Universe, and then the 2 of Cups. Okay, this is quite interesting. We have 2 cup cards, and both of these deal with new love or the beginning of something new, a new chapter coming in. This reading just off the bat, like we haven't gotten into it yet, so I'm unsure exactly how this is going to fully unfold yet, but this group is very similar to, I believe it was group number 2. Let me see here really quick. Yeah, so group number 2, this is kind of similar. So I'm curious, for those of you that chose this group, I'm curious if you were also drawn to group number 2, because that would be interesting if so. But yeah, anyway, regardless, this is a very positive reading. To start us off, we do have the 10 of Crystals being reversed. And when this one comes up reversed, it can talk about our past, and possibly our past was something where things haven't really fully unfolded the way we want to. Maybe we were even scared of commitment, or we have a tendency to like be with people that are scared of commitment, or things just haven't worked out long term in the past for us. However, you're either in a relationship now where things are, you know, pretty promising or pretty exciting and we're sort of watching it unfold, or you're single right now and there's somebody just about to come into your life. There's something new that's just about to happen here. So it could be either of those. It is a general reading, so I wanted to point out for those of you that are single or for those of you that are already in a relationship. But the Ace of Cups always indicates that there's something new that's sprouting here. There's something new that's coming up that we're really excited about. This could be a new chapter that's unfolding for us, something new that we've manifested. But for most of you that chose this group, I feel like you're just on the precipice of something new coming in, something that can be quite fulfilling emotionally, something that you've never really experienced before. You know, it's different than anything you've experienced before. We also have the Magician card, and the Magician is the alchemist of things. So I see this being you, and you've been sort of working on yourself in a way, doing some major shifts, some major growth, some major learning, and you've been shifting in such a way that you've actually shifted your reality quite a bit, and you're beginning to draw in and manifest some really positive things in your love life. Some really positive things. I think that you're also shifting your values, and you're coming to a time where you are more focused on long-term fulfillment rather than short-term pleasures. Because maybe in the past, maybe we didn't take things as seriously, or maybe we were focused on like, oh, let me get to the next stage really fast, or let me rush things, let me do this, let me do that. I feel like there's a rushing energy in the past. And you're coming to a place in your life where you're like, no, I want something solid and I want to manifest something really good. However, I do see it kind of still taking off pretty quickly. I feel like you're on the precipice of something unfolding pretty quickly in your life. But you are learning the importance of not rushing, however. You're learning the importance of not rushing because something was rushed in the past, or maybe we had a tendency to rush in the past, or maybe we still kind of have a feeling of like, oh, I want things to happen really quickly, really quickly, really quickly. And there is this lesson that you've been learning about patience. But you are about to close out that chapter, and I see some really positive energies here. The Universe card is the World in regular tarot, so the World card in the Major Arcana, which talks about closing of an old cycle of your life, closing of an old chapter. And the Magician is one of the first cards. It's actually the second card in tarot, but it's labeled with the number 1. But the Magician is this very beginning. So you are beginning something new here. And I think that you're ready to close out anything that just doesn't feel like it's in full alignment. You're ready to say no to things that don't feel long-term to you. You're ready for long-term stuff here, group 4. You are ready for long-term stuff, and you are very ready to say no to anything that does not feel like it's going to be long-term for you. I feel like you're done playing around, you're done playing games, you don't want any of that. And nor do you want to continue habits or things that don't feel like they're sustainable in the long term. I think you're now looking for your long-term happiness here. And I see you seeing eye to eye. I see there's someone in your life either right now or that you're just about to meet that you share the same values with. You see eye to eye with this person. You're on the same page. You're so ready and you're so done with people in relationships where you didn't see eye to eye, or you had to play games, or you had to maybe hope that they would change and be on the same page as you. You're like so done with that. You're so done with being with people who are maybe not on the same page and trying to force them to be on the same page, or hoping that they're going to change or whatever. Yeah, you're ready for something solid. You are ready for something solid, and now you're manifesting and calling in that perfect union. I'm seeing a union taking place here. For a lot of you that chose this pile, I do see this being a new union, because for most of you, I do feel like you're possibly single right now, or maybe you just met someone, or maybe you're still in something that's a little bit new. Some of you may be in a long-term relationship and you may have still been drawn to this group. But I feel like that's most of you that chose this are probably either single or you've just met someone and you're in something pretty fresh. This is going to be quite promising. This is going to be quite promising. And for those of you that are in a long-term relationship, I'm seeing you two getting closer, seeing more eye to eye on things, especially if there was something that you disagreed about. I see you coming eye to eye and making beautiful compromises that really work for you. But I just see this long-term lasting next chapter for you. I'm seeing a long-term lasting next chapter where there's going to be long-term fulfillment. You are manifesting really good outcomes in your love life. So if you needed confirmation at all that you're manifesting really great things next and you're on the right path, like I really see that for you, group 4. I really see that. Let's go ahead and get out some more cards here. So our next few ones, we have the Void. So some of you have been feeling maybe like what you've been manifesting hasn't really been happening or hasn't really been coming true. However, I see the end of that. I'm seeing you finding your fulfillment. And if you felt unfulfilled in your past relationships or anything like that, I see like this next chapter is not going to be the same. It's going to be something that fills that void for you. We also have Ascension. So you are definitely up-leveling yourself, you're up-leveling your love life. I think that you're so done a certain chapter where you've repeatedly kind of had the same patterns in a relationship. You've repeatedly either had people that weren't ready to commit or weren't ready for the long term, didn't have those long-term qualities in them. I just see you ascending past that and you're on a whole new playing field. A whole new playing field, and you're no longer willing to settle or play games or wait around or try to change like someone. Like you're so ready to be done with that and just find someone who is ready, who has done the work, who has put in all the effort. And that's what you're going to be getting next. moving forward in your love life. And then next, we have get curious. You're spreading your wings. You're so ready to find out more, to explore. There's this explorative energy that's coming out of you. I see you really getting to know somebody and being so curious to get to know them. And it's actually fun to get to know this person because they have and share the same values as you. They're on the same page. They want the same things. And I see you getting really excited about that relationship. And we also have the Power card. Power. Ooh. The person that you're either with right now or the person that you're just about to be with and just about to find is someone who's going to bring out the best in you genuinely. They're going to bring out the best in you. They're going to uplift you. You're going to feel very confident around this person. This person makes you feel like you're flying or you're floating, and they make you feel unstoppable. You feel like you're your best person when you're with them. It's a very empowering relationship that I see. Very empowering, very fulfilling. And it's something that you've been kind of deliberately, I think, manifesting, deliberately trying to find. This person kind of has all the qualities that you could want in somebody. I think that this person is also very, like they know a lot of different things. They know a lot of different subjects, so they're very well-rounded. They're very fun to talk to because of that as well. Let's see, what else do we have? We also have the Confidence card. I see you in this next chapter coming to a place where you're going to finally be confident about a relationship. This is a relationship that you're like, yeah, I totally feel confident about this. I feel like I trust this relationship. I trust this person. This feels right. Like you're going to feel like you're on a very solid, secure foundation. It's not going to be a relationship that you feel insecure about, or you're constantly questioning, or you're constantly wondering, what are they thinking today? Or do they want to be with me forever? Or do they want this? Or do they want that? This is a relationship where you're like, of course they do. They're totally on the same page as me. You're going to feel it. It is going to be a feeling. And it's going to be seen and displayed through their actions, their words, and how they are with you. Like all of their actions match their words, if that makes sense. Like this is a very trustworthy person. Their actions actually match their words. This is a relationship that you do not need to question. You're not going to feel insecure about it from day to day and constantly need validation or constantly need reassurance and be like, okay, what are you thinking today? Do you still want to be with me? Are you still thinking long term? You know how we can end up with people who are kind of like on the fence and they don't really know. And one minute they're like, yeah, of course I want to be with you. And then the next minute they're kind of like showing signs that they're not really fully there. And this is not going to be like that. This is going to be somebody that is so solid that you don't even need to ask what page they're on, because it's already displayed through their actions, through their words, through who they are, this is something very trustworthy. And also our next card, we have the Success card. This is going to be a successful relationship. If you needed any confirmation that this was going to be a relationship that works, why isn't my camera focusing? Hello. Let's see. There we go. If you needed confirmation that this was going to be a successful relationship, success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. That is the definition of what this relationship is going to be like. It is successful. This next chapter of your love life is successful. It's a chapter you're going to be confident about. You're going to know exactly where it's going and what is happening here. This is a relationship that you also feel free in, by the way. This is going to be really nice. This is going to be a relationship that you feel free in and that this person gives you freedom. They allow you to spread your wings, not in a way where it's like, oh, you're like totally free. You could go do whatever you want. And it's like, I'm not talking about like cheating on each other and having that kind of freedom, by the way, just to make things very clear. I'm talking about the type of freedom where this person will never try to control you. This is a relationship where there's so much trust that you don't want to hold the other person down. You want to empower each other to be your best selves and like, so that you both can have the freedom to do whatever you want, but yet you still hold the monogamous values together. And that's why there's that trust. That's why there's the trust to be free, where you have the ability to be free to do whatever you want in this relationship. And so do they, because there's this trust and this knowing that both of you already have all the proper values. So there's that trust. It's like, yes, of course you can go on a vacation with your friends. Yes, of course you can go out tonight and oh, like they text you like, oh, I'm going to be home later than I thought. And then it's just like, yeah, of course, like that's fine. Do you. I'm so happy you're having fun. You know, it's that genuineness where you're so happy that the other person is enjoying their life, and you both uplift each other into that freedom feeling, because again, you both hold those strong values of respect for each other, but enough respect that you allow each other the freedom to be who you are. And that's going to be so beautiful. I feel like it's going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced before. It's going to be amazing. And that's what I see coming for you in this next chapter. You're manifesting this free type of feeling in this freeing relationship. We also have love yourself first. So this is a relationship where you're going to feel like you're being honored, you're being respected. And you're at this chapter now where you're also really respecting yourself, and you no longer want anybody who walks all over you or waiting around for somebody to change, waiting around for somebody to figure themselves out. Like, you're going to have somebody who's already figured themselves out. That's going to be the difference. This person has already figured themselves out. So you don't need to wait around for anything. They're already just showing up perfectly as they are already, because they know who they are, right? And I also see you loving yourself, and you're going to show up already having figured yourself out. You're already showing up knowing what you want, who you are, what you value. And both of you, I think, are going to have a very strong attraction to each other, because it's like, wow, we're both showing up authentically. We've already figured ourselves out. We already know what we want. And it's just such an easy yes. It's such an easy, like, yeah. We also have the soulmate card. I really feel like this is your person. The person that you're either with right now, if you're in a relationship, or the person that you're just about to meet if you're single, is going to be your person. This is it. This is going to be your person. I feel like you're attracting that into your life right now. If not, you might already have found that. But I feel like for most of you, I really feel like 80% of you watching this, like a good majority of you, you are currently attracting this person in your life. You're currently attracting this person in your life. Okay, let's see. The next few cards, we have emotions are running high. I feel like this is going to be a very exciting moment when you meet this person. It's going to be very exciting for you. It's going to be like, oh my God. They're going to make you feel things that you've never felt before. Okay? To say the least. They're going to make you feel things that you've never even felt before. We also have work through your fears. I feel like this is going to be somebody that you can so genuinely trust that you're going to be letting go of a lot of the fears that you've had in previous relationships. Those are just going to naturally heal, because you won't have to go through those same patterns anymore. And then we also have hold your vision. So there's a message here from the universe saying to trust what is happening, to trust what is currently unfolding. Hold your vision. Keep visualizing what it is that you want, because if you've been doubting that your manifestation is coming, this is confirmation that no, it is coming. What you've been wanting, what you've been desiring, it exists and it is coming. But it always comes in divine timing. That's the thing. So trust that everything's working out for the best possible outcome, for your highest good. And this is going to be amazing. And there always is divine timing, and there's reasons for the timing of things. So keep holding your vision. It is coming, it is happening, it is manifesting, okay? That is the confirmation from the universe. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into our astro dice. So we're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life over the next year. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or it could even be a reflection of your own. So let's go ahead and see what those zodiac signs are for you. So we have Scorpio coming in, so Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. We also have Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. And we also have Libra. So those are our top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be the most likely zodiac signs to be in your life over the next year. Again, that could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. And now to end off this reading, we are going to take all the zodiac or all the astro dice together and roll them to get any last info. So let's see. We have Mars. Ooh, Mars hasn't come up in a long time in these astro dice. Mars in Capricorn in the 7th house. Ooh, action towards commitment. There's going to be a lot of things moving forward. You know what's interesting is I feel like some of you have been waiting quite a while for this. Like you've been waiting quite a while. However, once it takes off, it takes off. And this is something very lasting. Whenever we have Capricorn and the 7th house together, it always indicates something that's very solid, very trustworthy, and very lasting. This is lasting forever. Like this is it right here. And Mars is going to be a lot of attraction. There's going to be a lot of attraction, a lot of magnetism, and it's going to feel like there's a lot of action being taken. There's a lot of action. A lot of zest and a lot of romance and a lot of commitment. I'm seeing marriage in this, by the way. Like this is your partner. Both of you are going to be like, excuse me, all about each other. My throat is getting scratchy now. But yeah, you're going to be all about each other. I feel like this person also might make you like trip up on your words. Just the fact that my throat's getting a little bit scratchy right now. This person might make you stutter, might make you kind of get distracted. Like when they're talking, you might be like, oh my God, like I can't even focus right now. Like, is this person real? Like that sort of energy. However, that's going to fade. That's going to get more solid as you get to know this person. So it's not going to last forever. You're not going to be totally like all up in the, like lost forever. But I do feel like there's going to be just this very genuine, lasting attraction, but it's going to get more solid and comfortable as things progress. Okay. So things will kind of settle into something more solid and, comfortable, but there's still just this like lasting attraction, lasting foundation. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here today for your reading all about the next chapter in your love life. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sending you all so much love, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. All right, so my group number 5s, if you chose this pile, this is going to reveal all about the next chapter in your love life. So let's go ahead. I'm stuttering over my words. Let's go ahead and find out what is in store for you. Okay, so group 5, we have the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Crystals, the Page of Cups, the King of Swords being reversed, and the Knight of Crystals being reversed. So first off, the thing that's like sticking out to me the most here is this 2 of Crystals. Whenever we have this come up, it can indicate that there's a back and forth energy or a choice that we're going back and forth on, a choice that we're like, okay, do I go in this direction? Do I go in that direction? Or again, it's a back and forth sort of energy. So there could have been recently this sort of back and forth energy in your love life. However, you're getting to this new chapter where I feel like you are wanting to set yourself free from whatever is going on here. Like this card indicates this sort of stuck feeling, like we're stuck in a pattern, or we're stuck in a cycle, or we're stuck on a choice and we're like not really knowing where to go from here. However, having the Page of Cups right here, this new chapter for you is one where you're like, okay, I want something new here. I want to break this cycle. I want to break this pattern. I want to step outside of my comfort zone and maybe just like have something fresh, have something new where we're no longer dealing with this 2 of Crystals energy. We're no longer dealing with this choice or this back and forth thing. And I see you coming to this place of tapping in deeper into your own emotions and your own feelings in this next chapter, getting to know yourself. And I also see this sort of like more fun, humorous side of you coming out in this next chapter as well, because this Page of Cups can indicate that there's a new idea or there's a new spark, or we're like, ooh, let me just try out this. Like, let me focus on what do I want? What's like the most fun for me? And I just see you opening up a new doorway that's gonna help you emerge more in your love life, open up your heart in a new way. I see you being ready for a new beginning in your love life. being ready to explore a new chapter here. The Page of Cups thinks outside of the box as well. So they're also the answer to your question, or the answer to this back and forth thing, may require thinking outside of the box, thinking outside of your normal box, making a choice that's outside of your normal realm, outside of what you normally have done. This is something new here, and I feel like there's a new you emerging because you're like, I kind of want a different outcome now. I want a different cycle to begin, and that's going to require taking action from a place that's outside of the norm, having a different reaction or making a different choice, stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of support for you in this next chapter as well. We have these two cards, the King of Swords being reversed and then the Knight of Crystals being reversed. These can indicate people in your life or different aspects of yourself or different situations. So we're going to kind of touch on all of that now. First off, if these are representing people, this could either represent someone who is an air sign, someone who's either Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy, or that could be their sun, moon, or rising sign, or a little bit about their personality. But this person thinks in a different way than you. Like, this person can either be a parent or like a partner that we've had before that tends to think in a more pessimistic way, offers a more pessimistic outlook, or tends to kind of say things that are a little bit hurtful. That's kind of like, do you realize what you just said? Like, that was really, maybe you could have approached that a bit better. You know, the things that they say tend to kind of lack a little bit of compassion. And this, again, could be someone in your life, or it could be representing a situation. It could also be your own mind that's been maybe overthinking lately, but I'm really just getting the feeling like this is a person. Spirit is coming through really saying that this is a person. I feel like they're either a parent or a partner that you've had. This could also even be a friend maybe that has really strong opinions, but I'm getting a really, like, this person has strong opinions and they really want their way. I feel like they tend to be a little bit controlling, but with their words tend to be a little bit controlling. And I just see this next chapter, you following your heart. I'm seeing you following your heart. Where is your gut leading you? And I see that you really want like a new beginning where you're no longer kind of in a situation where this person can comment on things and control things and all that. I just see you kind of being like, okay, I'm done this phase. I'm ready for something new, to where I can begin to heal those relationships and no longer have people controlling me or controlling my actions, or giving all these very unsolicited opinions and all that or something, you know. And I genuinely feel like, you know, most people, even when they give us unsolicited advice, most people do it from a really good place. Like, they want the best for us and they're trying to help. You know, so when we can view it more in that way, we can end up taking it a little bit more lightheartedly. But yeah, we also have the Knight of Crystals. This can also represent another person. So this would most likely be an earth sign person, most likely, which would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. That could be a reflection of their sun, moon, or rising, or again, it could also be a reflection of you. When this card is reversed, it makes us feel stuck. Like, this is a situation that either makes us feel stuck or it's not really moving forward. So we might have been in something before in our past where it felt like things weren't really moving forward. It's not really going anywhere. There's a lot of opinions on this. We feel stuck. We're like, where do I go? Where is this? Is it progressing? Right? So if you felt stuck in your relationships where maybe it felt like it wasn't progressing because either there was this back and forth energy, or we weren't on the same page, like one person wanted this versus one person wanted that, and we just don't know what to do. We're kind of stuck in the middle and we're like, okay, we're at a stalemate right now. So if you've been in that situation, I really see this next chapter, you are honoring the way that you feel. And some things, like, you know, they are a bit complicated. So I just feel like there's been this complicated energy, and I see that you are going to be sorting this out in the next chapter by following your heart. I see you tapping into your heart space energy, and I see you really asking yourself, what do I want? What is best for me? What is best for me? What is this maybe teaching you? I see you integrating a lot of learning from this situation that's going to be very positive in the future. So even if it feels like a tough situation right now, I see this unfolding very positively in the future. You're going to understand the purpose behind it in the future. And we always tend to do that. Like there's always reasons behind things in the future that we may not be able to see in the present moment. So let's go ahead and dive into our next few cards here. We had a lot of these particular oracle cards come out for you, way more than any other group. So I'm excited to see what we have. One of the first ones is transmute. I see you healing relationships, especially either with a parent or with somebody who's been genuinely wanting the best for you, but maybe we haven't really been following their advice or listening to what they have to say, because maybe they just don't have the best approach. But I see you healing those relationships. I'm seeing forgiveness happening here. I'm also seeing more understanding happening here and being able to get something valuable out of it. I see you getting something valuable out of that. We also have reflect. Okay, so in this next chapter, I think you're gonna be doing a lot of thinking, a lot of processing that's gonna really help you see things in a clearer way. Because I feel like my group fives, you've been needing clarity. You've been asking for clarity, and that clarity is gonna come from within. Spirit right now is coming through with a lot of messages about the fact that your answer sits within you. The best answer and the solution to this exists within you. So what is your heart really saying? And your gut too. Actually, mostly your gut. Your gut never lies. Sometimes your heart wants things that's actually not good for you, but our gut never lies. What is your gut telling you? Is your gut telling, like maybe your heart's like, oh, maybe this will change, like maybe this scenario is going to change, or blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, but listen to your gut. What is your gut telling you? Does your gut kind of tell you like, it could be something else? And sometimes silence, like if you're having a hard time gaining your own clarity, a moment of silence, like sitting with yourself in silence and being able to reflect on the past, being able to reflect on the current patterns. We can learn a lot from the past. We can learn a lot about the future from the past, in fact. So I think that you're going to be reflecting backwards in order to gain a lot of information about where to move forward. And this next chapter is going to really help you grow and expand and to end old cycles, to end old patterns, and to heal. Healing resentment is a key word. Healing resentment. Healing resentment. I have to say that again, sorry. Spirit wants to make that clear. This next chapter is healing resentment. You're going to be transmuting things that maybe once bothered you into valuable wisdom. It's going to be something valuable that you can take forward, and it's going to help you grow your future. This is going to help you grow your love life. This is something you're going to be able to take with you that brings more solidity to your future. We also have fate. So you're hatching a new beginning. Something here, like something within your love life so far, it's been like a destiny that you are fulfilling. It's something like you came here to experience, but there's a new beginning now. Like I feel like you're ending this old karmic phase right now. You are ending that. And you're ready to hatch into a new beginning. You're ready to hatch into a new self. This Page of Cups is so exciting because it's such a fun, loving, forgiving, renewal kind of energy. We also have higher perspective. I think that you're going to see things in a very new way soon. This next chapter, you're going to see your past in a very new way. All the things that have happened, you're going to see all of those in a new way that really is going to help you move forward and make some really big positive change in your life. And we have ancestors. Ooh, you're also healing some ancestral wounds, some ancestral patterns. And maybe that's why some of you tend to have like a maybe controlling parent or somebody with a lot of opinions, because maybe there's been a certain pattern within the family or a certain thing that people are like, we really don't want that to happen again. No, and I just see you healing this ancestral pattern or this pattern from the past. I see you healing that and ending that cycle so that there's going to be just a new wave coming in for you that's really positive. Positive new experiences are coming your way through healing, through forgiveness, and all of that. We also have the knowledge card coming through. Also, I apologize if this seems to be a very intense reading with a lot of intense energies, but sometimes life is just like that. Sometimes we go through these cycles. I've been through these cycles before, and what I really see for you though is I really want to make it clear that Spirit is saying that this is going to open up really positive new flow into your life, really positive new emotions where your emotions are flowing. The clarity is there. You know what direction you're going in. And there's a brand new direction that's leading you to so much more emotional fulfillment. I really want to make that clear. It's leading you towards very positive emotional fulfillment where you're finding your light, you're finding what it is that you really want, and you're stepping outside of being stuck. You're no longer going to be stuck, okay? We also have knowledge coming through. I see you learning so much. I also see you making a wish. And that wish, you're going to be learning how to fulfill that wish. There's been a wish that you've had for a while. And the gift, the answer to that wish is wisdom for you to create that reality for yourself. And we have ancestors coming through again. Look at ancestors and the word ancestors. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Ooh, you are ending a large pattern. And you're going to be... I really think Spirit and your guides are coming through, helping guide you to a very positive outcome. I think you're going to be really attracting something really beautiful in your future that you're being guided towards. And Spirit's saying you deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve goodness, you deserve amazingness. But first we have to put in the work of forgiveness, letting go, and all of that. We also have dream sweet, sleep deep. I see you letting go of things that were once keeping you up at night, things that were once stressing you out. I see you being able to relax. There's peace in this next chapter. All that jazz. Okay, let's go ahead into the next few cards. We also have forgiving. What did I just say about forgiveness? That was part of the next chapter, and we have this card, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I feel like you're actually surrounded by people who love you. People who really, really love you, and they want the best for you. And only you can know what's best for yourself, right? But sometimes people, they think they know what's best, all of that. Anyway, I see you forgiving and learning and stepping into your own power, stepping into your own clarity. We also have you deserve love. I see you pinpointing what love really is. Finding what love really is. Realizing that you do deserve something great in your life. But we need to make room for something great, right? We also have honeymoon. You're definitely opening up new opportunities in your future of goodness, of balance. You're learning balance in your love life and creating balance. This next chapter is going to be all about balance for you. All about balance, letting go of people pleasing, letting go of, waiting around for things, or, I just see you learning balance, learning fairness, knowing how to honor yourself, knowing how to respect yourself. That's coming through. And then we also have a new start is coming with the new moon card. And we also have your hard work is paying off. Oh, it's paying off. I know you've probably been putting in so much work already that it's just okay, when is the work done? I feel like you're really on the precipice of that work being done in this new chapter. You're going to be really seeing the rewards of all that hard work. You're going to be really seeing the rewards, and you're going to be transmuting a lot of knowledge into things that are so valuable, so tangible, that's going to really pay off. It's paying off in your future. And then that new start is right on the horizon for you. This new start is really coming into your life of balance, feeling more bliss, feeling like all the karma of the past is done. It's out of the way. We're no longer going on that up and down, back and forth. And so with that being said, let's get into our Astro dice. So we're gonna use the zodiac sign dice first. We're gonna roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life over the next year. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's see what comes up for you. Okay, we have Aries, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. We have Virgo, sun, moon, rising. And we have Aquarius. So Aries, Virgo, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising are the top 3 most likely zodiac signs. Again, that could be a reflection of your own or someone else's. Now, let's go ahead and take all these together to get any last information for you. Let's see. We have the North nodes. This is talking about your future in Aquarius in the 5th house. This is your dating life. What do you want your dating life to be like in the future? I'm seeing you, there's a message about onlineness. If some of you are looking for someone to meet, I see you meeting them possibly online. However, the North node in the 5th house, this is your future within romance, within dating, and I feel like you're really figuring out what you want, how to have balance there, how to connect with what you want. You're also focusing a lot on communication and words, and how people treat you is going to be a very big thing for you that you're going to be looking at. You're going to be looking at, how does this person treat me? How do they respect me? You're going to be really looking at that and balancing that out. Also, with the North node in the 5th house, I think you're also coming back to a fun phase, like not like a immature fun, but more of like, how can I really create the most pleasurable life experience? How can I create the most fun, passionate, connecting, romantic life? That is what you are moving towards. This next chapter is opening that up for you. And I also see you experimenting with new ideas about how to bring in more romance, how to bring in more fun, how to bring in more lighthearted energy where we get to be playful. There's a playfulness that's coming back out in this next chapter. And that playfulness is going to be very beautiful for you to experience. And I just see you discovering new ways of bringing that out and creating that in your life. So that's going to be very beautiful. And that is what we have here for you. Pile number 5, group number 5. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm sending you all so much love, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.